Closed caption for Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram High School Hoops is sponsored by Baptist Healthcare. Watching Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram High School Hoops.
It is alumni night here at West Florida Tech High School, and it's alumni night for two schools, West Florida and for Woodham High School. This is, of course, what used to be Woodham High School way back when. A lot of history in this building, in this gym, for both Woodham and for West Florida. And tonight, the West Florida Tech Jaguars hosting the Catholic Crusaders. Hi, everyone. Dan Shugart, along with Jeff Price. And there is a similarity in that both programs under third-year head coaches are sort of building projects. For Catholic, they are 12-4 on the year. They're on schedule for Philip Childers in his third year at West Florida Tech. They are 7-10 on the year. They battled some injuries this year, but even going into the season, it was more of a major reconstruction for him.
Yeah, they lost 7 seniors, so you're trying to build, but then you lose 7 seniors. Good thing for him is he's got 2 pretty good seniors playing tonight. Jacoby Fairley, he'll be wearing number 4. Last meeting, 10 points, averaging about 9 points a game here for him. That'll be huge. The young man wearing number 24, senior Braden Justice. He got 23-6 last time. That's 23.6 rebounds last matchup. He is their leading scorer with 15. And look out, we talk about the seniors, the junior Frank Likely. He'll be wearing number 3. You can't miss him out there. Averaging 9 points a game. He rolled his ankle early on, but he is healthy and ready to go.
This is the team, this is the year Michael Dimmick was pointing towards when he took the Catholic job 3 years ago. Terrific class they had coming out of 8th grade into Catholic. They are sophomores now. Dee Gully, wearing number 4, is the foremost of that group. Gully is a very, very talented ball player as a sophomore now. And then they've also benefited Solomon Sutton, now a senior. He leads the way, 15 points and 5 rebounds for him. He has been terrific this year. And a transfer student, number 1, is Sam Quebedo. He transferred in from North Carolina this year. He's averaging 14 points, and he hits 37% of his three-pointers, so he can really shoot it. Catholic off to a great start, 12-4, their record after they've been in the hinterlands for the last few years. So it's a breakout year for a very proud program. Anyway, it's Catholic, West Florida Tech on Alumni Night at West Florida. Tip-off coming up. Hill Kelly High School hoops at West Florida Tech on Alumni Night. West Florida in the home white jerseys with the black and red trim. Catholic at 12-4 in the black road jerseys with the green and gold. And Catholic wins the toss, wins the tip to get things started here. That is Amari Dickin, number 3, the point guard. Down low he goes. Dickin took a look at a 3, and he dumped it down to Darion Gould. And that's Quebedo, the transfer from North Carolina, who's averaging 14 points a game. Steal, nice play there defensively by Fairley. No foul, ball's out of bounds, it'll go to Catholic.
Solomon Sutton getting back, number 22 right there for Catholic.
Fairley coming up with the steal, and that's, I believe, he led the team in steals a year ago. So Catholic had a first turnover here, but no harm done for them. Quebedo will go to the line as he draws the foul on that drive. And the foul called on Kaz Perez, the junior forward, first foul of the game. Cosme Perez, and free throw by Quebedo gets the first point on the board for Catholic. Quebedo, 79% free throw shooter on the year.
That'll help the old average.
Yeah, it will. 37% from 3, 79% from the line in short. He is a classic North Carolina player. Quebedo, the man-to-man, guarding Caleb Johnson, the point guard for West Florida. That is Braden Justice, 24. Now he gets it back over here to Fairley. Fairley down the lane, he draws the foul. And that will be on Aiken, I believe. Check that note, up front. Sutton, so First foul on Catholic's best all-around player. Here he is.
Gets him right there in the hip.
Yep. Justice. Nice pass down low, but actually behind Perez. And here come the Crusaders. Nice dish by Sutton, but unable to finish was Darion Gould. Gould had a nice solid game against the Jaguars last time these two teams met. Flashing in and scoring is Caleb Johnson.
See, early on, West Florida attacking the basket.
Three-pointer on the way. That'll be rebounded on the offside. Nice strong rebound by the sophomore Gully. Down low to Gould, and he'll finish that one.
Boy, Gould, great placement, great pass by Gully, easy basket.
Darion Gould, a football player, defensive lineman, has already got an offer from Nicholls State. Spinning, nice move. The shot's too strong, and the rebound pulled down by Perez, and he's still fighting for it. And the pass ends up in Justice's hands. Three-pointer, that's off the mark. Rebound again, Perez. And tied up, and it will be a tie-up. So the alternate possession should stay with the Jaguars. Boy, Perez on the offensive board, big 44. 6'4" junior. He played football as a sophomore, a lineman. And boy, he set screens that stay set.
Yeah. They make highlight reels.
And doing a good work on that offensive board. I mean, he's not the quickest player in the world, although quicker than he was, you know, when he was playing football. He worked him into basketball shape, but doing a nice job getting to the offensive board. Drive is Jacoby can't come up with that one, and Quevedo's off and running. He'll back it up. He doesn't have numbers, and then leaves it for Solomon. And Sutton has it taken away by Perez. Catholic gets it back, and the three-pointer.
D.D. Gully.
Gully with the three, our first three of the game. And just like that, 7-2 Crusaders at the 5-minute mark here of the first quarter.
We thought Perez kind of banged into Sutton there. I think Coach Dimick looking for a foul. I'd have to agree on that one, but no call. They get the ball back and make the three.
Backing it up, that's Caleb Johnson, the senior point guard, number 0. Justice flashing, but loses the handle. Gets it back, and then lost it again. Sutton, and ahead to Gully. He'll lay it up and in, and it's a 30-second timeout taken by West Florida. So we'll stay right here. 9-2 Catholic leading in the first 3.5 minutes of this game.
That's impressive. I mean, look, you see Catholic, they want to go fast. And for West Florida, they're trying to, you know, penetrate the paint there, find an open shot. Just tough sledding down low with this Crusader defense.
Well, that's part of the culture that Michael Dimick wanted to establish when he took over this program 3 years ago. And there you see Philip Childers, head coach at West Florida, trying to do the same thing. Both kind of building from defense first. And, you know, when you take over a program and the talent might not be there when you first arrive or first take over, then
you better know how to play defense.
You better know how to play defense. That's right. And frankly, every successful program, virtually every successful program, does that anyway. But that was the culture that Michael Dimick wanted to establish. He said it wasn't there. You know, the first group that he took over, it really wasn't there. Good habits, not just defense, just good fundamental habits. And he said this group has got it, and they're obviously reaping the benefits. Justice. Back out to Johnson, his three. Boy, they needed that.
Smooth. Johnson's got 5, our PSC beyond the arc. That'll calm the nerves a little bit if you're a Jag fan.
Aiken, that bank shot no good. Didn't mean to bank it. Rebound came off, finally controlled by Likely. Kaz, Perez off the mark, but Johnson with the offensive board. A lot of offensive rebounds in the early going for the Jaguars. Johnson now backs it up. Dish off to Perez, that won't go. Great pass there by Fairley, but at the other end, Quevedo scores for Catholic.
Boy, don't blink. You'll miss a couple baskets.
Justice for 3.
Oh, there it is. You knew it was a matter of time before he wanted to get his shot off.
Well, everyone looks for a little Justice, and he finally arrived. One of the 2 returning players, not just starters, returning players last year. Great backdoor cut. Really good look there by Gully, the sophomore. And the basket to Sutton.
With Gould tapping like a football player would the top of his helmet right there. He's trying to sub out. He'll have the foul called on him.
We will take a timeout. 2:44 to play first quarter. Catholic off to a 5-point lead here on Hill Kelly High School Hoops.
You're watching Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram High School Hoops.
All right, play resumes here. First quarter, 2:44 to play in the quarter. Catholic off to a 13-8 lead in a fast-paced and hotly contested first quarter.
Putting it lightly.
Boy, teams battling on the offensive boards. West Florida's gotten a lot of second chance opportunities. If they start converting those, if that continues, they can get their way back into this. Short jumper on the way good on the inbounds play. And Frank Likely gets that.
Yeah, we talked about him in the open, the junior.
3-point Catholic lead. Quevedo took a look out front, put Johnson on him. Terrius Mason is into the lineup, number 32 for Catholic down low. So you have a couple of football players. Mason set the really strong screen. Mason played 4 years of football at Catholic, and Perez a couple of years for West Florida before turning to basketball. He sets the screen up high. So the football players are setting the screens. I guess that's a good way to get it done.
Hey, there you go.
Rebound came off to Quevedo. Backs it up. Doing a nice job was Fairley defensively shutting him off. Down low. Mason has it knocked loose. And here comes West Florida the other way. Fairley knocked it loose. Justice will go to the line.
That's going to be Sutton's second.
Wow. I believe it.
Obviously, that is huge for Catholic.
It is. Sutton picks up his second foul with 1:42 to go here in the first quarter. And going to the line will be Braden Justice. So he has a chance to cut it to 1 with a couple of free throws, but the bigger news there is foul number 2 on Sutton.
Braden Justice will miss Forrest Jordan Associates free throw.
Boy, that's news right there. He's a 91% free throw shooter on the year. The Jaguars are not a particularly good free throw shooting team, 61% as a team. Justice, though, 91% on the year.
Sutton will check out the Crusaders.
So he gets 1 out of 2. In fact, if you take Justice's 91% and all the free throws he shoots, if you take them out, the rest of the team is hitting 51% of their free throws.
Number 21, Jaden No will check in for the Crusaders.
Sophomore, another one of those sophomores. He played for Coach Michael Dimick at East Hill. Giving up the baseline, kicking it back out and out of bounds, looking for Quevedo.
Quevedo was wide open.
And Jaden No points to himself, my fault. Jaden No, 21. Another one of those really talented sophomores here at Catholic. He's only been playing basketball since 7th grade. Played at East Hill for Michael Dimick and came to Catholic. And he might have the highest upside. He and Sutton, perhaps. Rebound comes off on that miss by Fairley. The rebound pulled off by Gully. Gully's off to a good start.
Under a minute.
2-point ball game, 2-point first quarter. Flashing in with Mason, and that's blocked out of bounds. It'll stay with Catholic, but good defensive work there into the lineup for West Florida. That was Hazarian Young. Number 11 is a 6'3" freshman. And we have a lot of great freshmen and sophomores. That might have been actually, likely might have gotten the block there, but Young was there as well. Up off the bench, Micah Murphy for West Florida. Inbounds pass somehow got to number 3, Dickin.
Tucker Adams checked in for Quibido, number 5 right there.
Losing the handle was Dickin and then almost throwing it away, but Mason blocked.
Another block.
Blocked by the freshman. Battle again. That's a tie-up, and that's going to stay with Catholic. But a great block shot by the freshman, Azarian Young. 6'3". Really worked hard to improve. He comes in as a freshman. Weren't sure. Another one of those freshmen comes in, and they weren't sure if he had a role on the varsity level when he came in, but he proved himself in the summer. We've heard that story a couple of times this year. All right, that's Dickin out front. 25 seconds to go in the quarter. Nice backdoor, and Mason converts.
Mason was not going to be blocked that time.
Darius Mason. Justice. Off the mark, follow, no good. Here comes Catholic, 2 seconds, 1 second. Won't have time. Unaware of how much time was on the clock as Gully led the break, and it was just too late. We have 8 minutes in the books. Catholic leading by 4, 15-11 after 1 on Hill Kelly High School Hoops.
You're watching Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram High School Hoops.
We have a 4-point game as we get ready to start the second quarter here at West Florida. The Catholic Crusaders with a 15-11 lead after the first quarter of play. Catholic looking for their 4th straight win.
Sutton will check back in for the Crusaders, number 22 right there, along with Keelan Waters, number 11.
And West Florida turns it over immediately. That was a little mix-up in communication. Jacoby Fairley, I think, was trying to hand the ball off to Murphy, I believe it was. Murphy was cutting instead. Catholic leading 15-11. Sutton back in with the 2 fouls. He picked up those second foul late in the first quarter. Catholic will keep it. Coming into the lineup for West Florida for the first time, Jaden Stambolik, wearing number 10. And back in is Kaz Perez. And Frank Likely will get a rest. Dickin with the ball out front. Down low, they go again to Mason. This time kicks it out to the corner. Dickin puts it up, gets his own rebound. Sutton. Mason has it knocked loose and finally converts. Boy, that's just staying with it.
Boy, Mason, I tell you what, that young man, get out of his way. He is powerful down low.
Move, but the shot was too long by Young.
Oh, great dish right there. Micah Murphy down to Kaz Perez.
Sutton cut off. That was one of the priorities Philip Childers had for his team, is they have to contain Sutton, who had 18 points and 9 rebounds in the first meeting. There's Mason down low. They can't handle him.
He is hot.
He's got 6.
Looks like a defensive lineman just using his body, wiggling his way in down there.
Thought about it.
There it is.
He'll think about it. 3-pointer on the way, the long rebound pulled off by the freshman Young. Azarian Young, great pass by Justice, and they can't finish. Micah Murphy couldn't get the reverse layup to go. So here comes Catholic up 6. Keelan Weathers, sophomore, got it to Sutton. Wow, pretty.
Nice and easy, Solomon Sutton.
So Catholic with their biggest lead of 8 at 21-13. Ball knocked loose, kept alive. Dangerous time right now for West Florida. You got a feeling that maybe Catholic has a run in them. And there's a foul, probably. Well, see, but yeah, it is on Dickens.
Be his first tonight.
So wholesale substitutions. Sam Quevedo's back into the game for Catholic, along with Darion Gould. Into the game for the first time is Paxton Hardy for West Florida. Three-pointer from the corner is good. That's Jaden Stambolik. That's his first 3 of the year. He was 0 for 7. Boy, they needed that. Outlet pass still, and now it's a 4-on-1. And Sutton comes up with it.
You got numbers.
Dickon, and boy, just rushed it. He had him. Had Quevedo over in the corner. It's a 5-point game once again. And boy, wholesale substitutions. Fairley's back in, and Murphy comes out. But I tell you, Stan Bolick hitting that 3. He was 0 for 7. Philip Childers said, and I hadn't seen the stats yet, when we were talking yesterday, he said, yeah, he's got the green light to shoot. And then I saw the numbers, I go, why?
Yeah, shoot or
shoot.
shoot.
There you go. You shoot till you make it, and then losing the handle, dribbling it out. That's Jack Korek, number 20, who's just trying to work his way back from injury. Tried to go last night against Escambia, had an ankle injury, did Korek, and really struggling with it. Had a thigh contusion earlier. Didn't play in the first meeting between these two teams. And he's been out since December 26th until last night. And stepping on the sideline out of bounds, the ball will go to the Jaguars. But Korek played a little bit last night, and Philip Childers told us before the game that, yeah, he really didn't feel great, didn't move very well, and going to try it again tonight. He said he'll be in uniform. I don't know if he'll play, but he's in. Well, that's, boy, tumbling to the court is Fairley. He tripped over Keelan Weathers' feet. No foul called there. West Florida keeps it. Three-pointer on the way. That'll be good. Paxton Hardy is now 4 for 12 on three-pointers this year for the year.
Well, you talked about it was an important time for West Florida. They have answered the call right here.
Back-to-back three-pointers and pulls them within 2. Throwing it up, and just off the rim. Banging the boards, throwing it up, no good. That was Darion Gould on the boards. And now West Florida could tie it with a basket or take the lead with a 3. Three-pointer on the way. Korek, it's short.
By the way, Korek's in as Kaz Perez had to go. It looks like his nose is bleeding. It looks like he's back on the bench now.
Kaz Perez was called up from the JV when Korek was hurt the day after Christmas, and Perez has been a find. And Catholic turns it over. Good defense there, shutting off the passing lane. I believe that was Fairley.
All right.
3:18 to play, 2-point Catholic lead in what has been a cracking good first half. Korek, and you can really see he's just not moving as well. He's one of the real fixtures. There's another 3, a little pull-up 3, and that was off the mark as a 20-footer went 19. Dishing
Nice
inside,
dish.
oh, great ball movement, and Mason is blocked and fouled by Korek. So Korek picks up his first foul. And we will take a timeout, 2:49 to play, second quarter. Catholic leading West Florida 21-19 here on Hill Kelly High School Hoops.
You're watching Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram High School Hoops.
All right, 2:49 to play here in the first half at West Florida High School. And West Florida Tech trailing Catholic by 2, 21-19. West Florida lost to Escambia last night, put just 39 points on the board. It was West Florida's lowest offensive output of the year. They started the year struggling offensively. They were held under 50 points 6 times in their first 8 games. They lost all 6 of those games. The offense has come along a bit since then. Come along quite a bit since then, actually. And you know, tonight looking much better offensively. Mason misses both free throws. So another chance for the Jags to tie. Justice has it, guarded by Gully. Fairley down low to Hardy, back out front. Corrick's not throwing that three-pointer up this time. Justice working one-on-one. Nice job defensively by Gully. Gully's impressive defensively, yes. Sophomore, playing just a solid all-around game. Here's Fairley working on Quevedo. Quevedo, nice job shutting him off defensively. Justice. Three-pointer by Corrick. Rebound kept alive, out of bounds. It'll stay with West Florida with 2:05 to play in the quarter. Boy, the Jags getting lots of chances to get even after Catholic had opened up that 8-point lead at the 5:30 mark of the second quarter. And after Paxton Hardy checks out, nice job he did. Hit a three-pointer, big three. Justice for three. They're getting some mileage out of the inbound plays. And West Florida has their first lead of the night.
And Justice has got 7. Uh-oh.
Inside, Mason. Good night, Irene.
Oh, Mason has 8 tonight.
And Catholic regains the lead. Another three. Another rebound pulled down, this time by Mason. Quevedo. Nice pass down low to Mason. Oh. Jump hook is short. He goes up and stays with it. Boy.
Boy, oh boy. How about Darius Mason?
25-22, Catholic. There's Justice, thought about it. And wait. Now takes the three.
Boy, Coach Dimick, he was trying to tell Mason to come out, don't give him that open three, and that's exactly why right there.
They've hit 6 threes here in the first half. Quevedo shut off defensively, loses it out of bounds, and it'll stay with Catholic. 54.8 seconds to go. It's a 25-25 tie.
Just how we drew it up, right?
We have been fortunate. Team rising to the moment. Everyone's media savvy these days. Inbound to Mason, and swings it back over here to No, Jaden No. Back to Aiden Murphy. Three-pointer from the corner.
Gully.
Yeah, it is a three by Gully.
Gully's got 8.
.38 seconds to go. Darion Gould would check in if there is a whistle here. Justice now working on Murphy. Justice down the lane. And oh, that's just unfair. Oh, what an effort by Justice. Goes out of bounds. It'll stay with the Jaguars, but oh, that effort deserved better. Mason, good work, comes out of the lineup as he is replaced by Darion Gould, one football player replacing another. Gould late, commits the foul, and a three-point opportunity for West Florida. Another inbound play converting.
Man, oh man.
Wow.
Seems every time they get an inbound, they find a way to get a bucket right there.
Corrick, nice conversion.
There it is.
Corrick with a three-point play.
Tied again, look at this. Gould down low.
Kicks it out.
Uh-oh.
Three-pointer on the way.
Oh,
no, short, but there's Gould underneath to clean it up.
No's gonna say that was a pass, right? Perfect pass. Uh-oh.
Might have overpassed it. And they'll go to the line with no time left. So I think as with no time left on the clock, you'll see Jaden No at the free throw line.
That foul's on Fairley.
Well, the Crusaders fortunate to get something out of that. That was one pass too many and then a second pass too many. But anyway, so
how about this?
The loneliest man in the gym.
Exactly. Hey, how about it? Ice in his veins.
One out of two. 55% on the year from the line. He gets 1 out of 2. comes off the floor smiling and talking, and Catholic with a 31-28 lead here at the half. Or do they have any time? I thought, yeah, they're heading to the locker room. That's it. First half is done. Look for a second like team was staying on the floor. They're not. Neither are we. 31-28. Catholic by 3 at the half. Here on Hill Kelly High School Hoops.
You're watching Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram High School Hoops.
Welcome back to West Florida Tech High School. A halftime report, the Pensacola State College halftime report. We've got a good one going. First half was terrific. Lots of end-to-end action. It's a three-point ball game. The Crusaders looking for their fourth straight win with a three-point lead, 31-28 over the West Florida Tech Jaguars on Alumni Night. Alumni of both West Florida Tech High School and the high school that used to occupy this building, Woodham High School. Alumni from both schools on hand tonight. All right, let's take a look at our Scholar Athletes nominees by Panhandle Paint and Design. Every game through the high school season will showcase a Scholar Athlete from each team in that night's game. The student athlete feature can be from any sport, and their selection also makes them eligible to compete for the grand prize at the end of the season, a $3,000 scholarship from Panhandle Paint and Design, which will go towards the college that athlete plans to attend. First of all, from West Florida High School, he's in the game tonight, Braden Justice. He has an unweighted 3.52 GPA, 3.94 weighted, 25 composite score. He won the West Florida High School Academic Award in 2023 and a number of other honors. He is a nominee from West Florida High School. And for Catholic, it is Solomon Sutton, carrying a 3.65 GPA and an SAT score, or rather a class rank of 93, two-time award of merit, four-time second honors, and three-time first honors. Solomon Sutton for Catholic High, our Scholar Athlete nominee, and a member of the Fellowship and Christian Athletes as well, and takes part in the Crusader basketball camp. Those are our nominees for the Scholar Athlete of the Year for the end of the year, all brought to you by Panhandle Paint and Design. Catholic leads by 3 here at the half on Hill Kelly High School Hoops.
You're watching Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram High School Hoops.
It is halftime here at West Florida Tech. Catholic Crusaders leading West Florida 31-28 is the Pensacola State College halftime report. And this segment, we are happy to welcome Jean's Floor Covering to our high school hoops family this year. Jean's Floor Covering feature at halftime. A little history about the floor here, which is appropriate enough. The floor at West Florida, which was the floor at Woodham High School. Of course, they changed the floor. They had the old tartan floor, which at some point everyone thought was a good idea until they figured out it was terrible on your knees. If you're too young to remember tartan floors, you're probably just as well. But they changed it back to the wood. But, of course, when Woodham was here, they won a state championship, the boys team, in 2003, a team coached by Benny Washington, and they had two of the greatest players ever played in Pensacola. You had Paul O'Linney on the great Woodham teams back in right around 1990, and then he went on to PJC and was a huge part of PJC's national championship team in 93, and then later went on to the University of Missouri, where they almost knocked off UCLA in the 95 tournament. That sticks in my craw, actually. And then, of course, the 2003 champions, and in addition, Reggie Evans, who's got a long, productive career in the NBA, playing for Woodham in this gym on what the predecessor of this floor. All brought to you by Jean's Floor Covering. Back with the second half in a moment.
You're watching Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram High School Hoops.
We had 3 ties and 2 lead changes in that first half. 3 points separate these two teams, Catholic and West Florida Tech. And Catholic gets the ball to start the second half with a 3-point lead, 31-28. That's Quevedo with the ball to get things started. Sam Quevedo, number 1. Back to Sutton. Solomon Sutton, number 22. Catholic's best all-around player. Got in early foul trouble. He's playing with 2. Quevedo's shot is off the mark. Rebound gathered in by West Florida's Frank Likely. So, the Jaguars, who are a 27% three-point shooting team on the year, but it's still a big part of their offense. Well, I guess so. They hit 7 threes in that first half. 21 of their 28 points came from behind the arc. And they shot them back into the game. They were down 8, hit a couple of threes, and we've had a good ball game ever since. Inbound passes batted away by Gully. Boy, he seems to be in the middle of every play. Number 4 for Catholic, the sophomore.
Yeah, you know, Coach Dimmick's got to love that young sophomore right there, especially when we talk about future.
Making just his 3rd start. He was playing behind Aiden Murphy. So Catholic inbounds it to Quevedo. Another backdoor pass off the mark, out of bounds, turnover. Nice idea.
A little long. Fairley will take it up the court for the Jags. Guarded closely by Sutton. Uh-oh, there he is. Braden Justice starting early here in the second half. He's got 12.
And it's a 1-point ball game. Mason had a big first half. There's Quevedo from the corner. Rebound comes off, and Johnson can run with it. And he'll take it all the way. Won't get it to go, but it's followed in by Fairley. And that's our 3rd lead change. Blocking foul down low.
That'll be on Fairley.
Up off the Catholic bench into the game, Jaden No, number 21, comes in replacing Darion Gould. Quevedo keying it in. Mason was late breaking, and that's who Quevedo was looking for. And then an unforced error at the other end of the floor by the Jaguars. And Caleb Johnson lost the handle, recovered, and then flipped it out of bounds, missing Jacoby Fairley.
Big break for the Crusaders.
So sloppy play at either end of the floor by either team. Quevedo, pretty quiet the first half, 4 points, averaging 14. Offensive foul, illegal screen by Terrius Mason. Well, I tell you, the 2 football players setting screens, Perez for West Florida, Mason for 32. If they set an illegal screen, it's hard to hide it.
It's not for the weak, that's for sure.
Justice with a good look for 3. And Perez follows it down. That's his 3rd offensive rebound. Philip Childers screaming for a foul, and they're going to get the whistle at the other end. Justice did foul D.D. Gully. So Philip Childers really exercised a bit by the lack of a whistle at one end of the floor. But Gully definitely did draw the foul. Chance to tie it, the first free throw, and he does. And Catholic's first point of the second half. Crusaders now 4 for 7 from the free throw line.
Oh,
got them both. Huge. Gully just 3 for 5 from the line coming into the game tonight. But the Crusaders regain the lead. Off Justice. That's going to be over and back. And you may hear Philip Childers up off the bench saying, hey, that was off Gully's leg, off Ford's legs for fours leg for Catholic. Does not find a sympathetic ear, so Catholic will inbound it with a 1-point lead here. 5-point, and stolen.
Yeah.
Brisk Justice with a terrific play on the inbound pass, and then Sutton steals it right back.
That's going to be a full
Timeout. We'll take it with him. 5:14 to play third quarter. Catholic leads by 3 on Hill Kelly High School hoops.
You're watching Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram High School Hoops.
The Catholic Crusaders with a 3-point lead here with 5:14 to play in the third quarter. Been a pretty frantic second half. Why not? First half was as well. Full court pressure from Catholic. Quevedo and almost coming up with a steal. Nice move to get out of the backcourt. Justice launches the 3. Beat the press and make them pay.
So you can't draw it up any better than that.
8 3-pointers tonight for the Jaguars. They tied the game.
Justice came into this game averaging 15. Remember, he had 23 last matchup. Well, he's got 15 right now.
Gully back to Mason down low. Loses it, gets it back, loses it again. It'll stay with Catholic. Great effort down there on the floor with Frank Likely, number 3. Diving to the floor, just really working hard. Knocking it loose was Fairley. Nice job by him. And it was Likely on the floor. Fairley also giving chase. Inbounds pass goes awry. Saved for the moment by Mason. Establishes front court. Blocked by Likely. Down low to Perez. And a 30-second timeout taken by the Jaguars. Philip Childers seeing the ball in some possession in jeopardy, said let's talk about it. More than anything else, let's just get ourselves out of trouble in the short term here.
Yeah, I don't think the West Florida coaching staff likes the physical nature that Mason's playing with between him and Gould. Obviously, you talked about it, 2 football players down low just banging around, and they think it's going a little too far, but
Braden Justice, who's one of our scholar athletes for the evening, and is on his average, 15 points a game. He's got 15 now. And
so he's done, right?
Yeah,
I hope not.
A special night for Braden Justice. We're halfway through the third quarter, and he's on his average. Justice is, he had 23 against Catholic last time. His high this year is 25. He scored 25 against Washington about 8 days ago. And there's Justice again. Nice pass inside. Almost losing it and then losing it and getting it back. Perez goes to the floor and travels. And again, Philip Childers, hey, wasn't he pushed? So it is a physical game. They're letting, the game has been consistently called. They're just letting it go.
They're both going back and forth.
They are.
They're going to let them play, and they're both getting away with it.
35-35 tie, and they are fit to be tied right now. Sutton, quiet night for Solomon Sutton. He never really has gotten untracked. He picked up those 2 fouls early and hadn't really gotten into the flow of the game. Maybe I spoke too soon. Off the mark, rebound, batted out of bounds, off of Justice, and it'll stay with Catholic.
Now, Catholic's past 2 or 3 inbounds have been stolen immediately here by West Florida. Let's see if they can get this one going here.
Boy, inbound passes have been favoring the Jags all night. They've scored off their own, and they've stolen Catholic. And that ball's knocked out of bounds, stays with the Crusaders. Justice slaps his hands, hoping he could have gotten a turnover there. He very nearly did. Jaden No to inbound it. Wants to go to the University of Hawaii to study microbiology. Does the sophomore know?
Go get it, young man.
There's Sutton for 3. And that's off the mark. He's hadn't found it yet tonight. Fairley avoided the trap, and they threw it away. Fairley avoided the trap, but then Likely missed his target. Still tied at 35. Sutton got it back out, and a travel. He got it out to Dickin, who shuffled the feet as he tried to drive to the basket.
See Keelan Waters check in for Dickin.
Keelan Weathers, yeah, he's another sophomore. He played at Brown Bard, so he was not part of that Workman Middle School team. They won 3 straight state championships at Workman Middle, and the parents from that team came to Michael Dimmick and said, we really have taken a look at the program. We like what you're doing. We like the school, and we want our kids coming playing for you and attending Catholic. And actually, Gully's the only one playing varsity right now. A couple are playing football, and substitution, Quibido comes out. He's had a quiet night. Gully back in. He has not. Gully has been all over the place tonight. He's probably maybe the most impactful player on the floor, he or Mason. Sutton, and how long before Solomon Sutton gets it going? They're going to sag off on him, so goes in.
What a move.
There you go. Well, I don't know how loud I'm talking, but you might have heard. He's got 8 now. Catholic leads by 2. Johnson back out to Fairley. Finds Justice. Justice trying to shake Gully. Rebound comes off to Gould. He hands it away to Likely. Here comes Justice in again. Rebound by Perez. That was blocked by Gould. A battle inside. Sutton. And he'll go to the line.
That'll be on Perez.
It is on Kaz Perez.
Second.
Picks up his second foul. And Solomon Sutton, a 76% free throw shooter, goes to the line. Yeah. So he is starting to get it going. He had 4 at the half.
West Florida wanted to travel there. You saw his foot, didn't move, held on.
2:07 to play in the quarter. Sullivan makes the first. Catholic now 6 for 9 from the line tonight as a team.
Sutton's got 9, but it's been such a quiet 9.
Quiet 9, and 5 of them are here in this quarter. Three-point Catholic lead. Justice, who's had the hot hand, sitting on 15 tonight. Working on Gully. Back out to Likely. Nice job picking his pocket. That's no. Jaden No. What a play by the sophomore. Sutton swings it back out to No. And there's a travel. Shuffled his feet and then swished it. D.D. Gully launched the 3. And they'll take that one away. So instead of the 6-point lead now for Catholic, it remains a 3-point lead, and the Jags will inbound it. Micah Murphy into the lineup for the Jags, replacing Caleb Johnson. Catholic takes a timeout with 1:35 to play. It's a 30-second timeout. We can. This game is an important game. We were looking at the regional rankings for the classifications involving these two teams. Catholic, of course, is in Class 3A, and the way the playoffs work, it's same as football. The 4 district champions from each region go in, and then the 4 at-large teams who have the highest ranking according to Max Preps. So it can be from any district, the next 4. Well, Catholic is number 9 in the region right now. So if they don't win the district tournament, and they're behind South Walton and Walton in that district, at this point, Catholic looks like they would be on the outside looking in. So every win is important as you try to move up the rankings. Of course, we've got a ways to go. Meanwhile, over in Class 4A, West Florida Tech, they're at 12th right now. So that's very unlikely they're going to make up the top 8 or to get an at-large. So they're pretty much going to have to win their district in order to get into the state tournament, the regional portion of the state tournament. Justice, that pass is catched down low by Gould, and 1:29 to play. The Jaguars will inbound it along the baseline. They've been so effective on inbounds plays. There they go again. That is Fairley scoring on the assist from Murphy. Sutton, long 2, rattles in and out. On the boards is Gould, Darian Gould, and he is tied up. He is tied up nicely by Likely. And the alternate possession goes to West Florida with 1:07 to go. A chance and an offensive substitution. Paxton Hardy, the 6-foot senior, number 12, comes in. He hit a big three-pointer in the first half. And now down one, West Florida will inbound it against some full court pressure. Fairley gets it to Hardy. He is hounded there by Keelan Weathers, the sophomore, number 11. Justice with Gully on him. Justice backing in, tied up by Sutton. And Catholic comes up with it, 48 seconds to go. Gully to Sutton down the lane. Bothered by Likely, who forced the miss. That pass deflected off a Catholic hand, out of bounds, stays with the Jags. As Fairley was looking for Justice in the right corner, and Justice would have had a good look. A good defensive, active hands to getting the deflection. 37 seconds to go. And again, the Jags with a chance to take the lead.
We got a wet spot here on the court.
Yeah, we've been fortunate with our first three games. Of course, we opened with that Crestview win at Niceville, and then the battle, Pine Forest and Washington, our last time out. That game was tied with 3.5 minutes to go. And that jumper off the mark by Justice. Maybe too good a look. 29 seconds to go. Does Catholic hold for a last shot with a 1-point lead? Yeah, they'll back it up. That's Sutton with the ball. Likely guarding him, getting a screen, taking it, and it is a foul on Hardy. And the blocking foul before the shot attempt, I guess. Yeah.
It was before. You can see he ran right into him.
18 seconds to go. Catholic now. No with the ball. And he traveled. Dragged the pivot foot and traveled. Quevedo off the Catholic bench. Very, very quiet game for him. Averaging 14 on the year. Quevedo with just 4 tonight. Does he have a big fourth quarter in store? Justice, oh, he was all alone from 3, and he might get 3 the other way. .8 seconds to go.
That'll be on Keelan Weathers. Up off the Catholic bench, Aiden Murphy, number 23, checking in.
Murphy will give Gully a rest. Of course, it was Murphy who, you know, when Gully was starting to round into form as a sophomore and looked like he was, with his talent, and this free throw's no good, so just a 2-point. Almost throwing it away, and throwing it away, Hardy. This is the chip. Fall away 3. Oh boy, did Catholic dodge a bullet. They dodged 3 bullets. A turnover in the backcourt with 8 seconds to go. And so we'll go to the fourth quarter, a 1-point game. The Jaguars have the lead, 39-38 in a wild one. Here on Hill Kelly High School Hoops.
You're watching Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram High School Hoops.
All right, we have a 1-point game going into the fourth quarter here at West Florida. I think I neglected to name our officials tonight, the Emerald Coast Officials Association. They've had their work cut out, and frankly, they've done a heck of a job. Ronnie Whitehurst is the referee tonight, and Caleb Donahue and Randy Falk working with him. They are from the Emerald Coast Officials Association. Down the lane goes Sutton, blocked, and a foul on Frank Likely. So Catholic trailing by 1 and get it right to the big gun. And the guy who's really been their only offense in the second half. Catholic held to 7 points there in the third quarter. Sutton, good free throw shooter, but misses. He's now missed 2 of the 3 he's shot. 76% on the year. Wow. Well, he got in foul trouble early, never got in the flow, and it just kind of gets the feel he's kind of trying to force his way into the flow a little bit. Ball knocked loose and stolen. It was stolen. That's Weathers who stole it and then picked up by Gould. Darian Gould, number 2. He's got a connection to this court, this gym, which we'll run down in a second. And there goes Sutton, that time not to be denied. 11 points now for Sutton, and he's had to fight for him. And Crusaders have regained the lead. Down the lane foul called on Murphy. Murphy picks up the foul. And going to the free throw line will be likely 41% from the line this year. So
I don't know if that one was right. Boy, that looked like all ball on our replay. Ooh.
Well, Murphy certainly thought it was. Whoa, got that free throw to rattle in. Ties the game at 40. That one looked more like a 41% free throw. Gould with the rebound. I mentioned Darian Gould for Catholic. His uncle, 2 of his uncles, Terry Gould was a great basketball player here at Woodham in this gym, and then played over at BJC. And Lonnie Gould, also a Woodham star athlete.
Boy, Sutton goes down or there's slips, and then
Quevedo missed the runner. Nice save by Murphy. And that pass deflected nicely by Hardy.
Looks like Hardy will check out, and we will see Jack Corrick back in. 20 for the Jags.
Tie game at 40. Looking for the 3, thinking about it, was Weathers. He can shoot the 3. Quevedo. Boy, Quevedo and Sutton both pretty quiet tonight. Battling. That's going to be a traveling violation, forcing the issue down low against 3. And he really is having a... West Florida's really playing great defense on him, making him work for everything. And at some point, 3 people arrive. You got to find... You just got to go up, or you got to get rid of it.
Hey, Quevedo, wow. Wow, how about this?
And now it ends up a 2-on-0 at the other end, but nothing for sure in this game. A 2-on-0 break. And the Crusaders at least will keep the ball. Great hustle defensively, getting back Jacoby Fairley to deny the gimme basket, and Justice deflected that pass. Did he take it out of his hand, or that would have been a technical? He must have deflected it on the line.
I believe he stepped on the line.
Yeah. Inbound. Quevedo. Fairley doing a great job on Quevedo. Sutton to Murphy. We got the veteran Murphy now in there with Gully on the bench. Cutting is Murphy. And he turns it over. That's Micah Murphy. Into the lineup. Amari Dickens comes back in. Amari Dickens his dad was Vince Dickens, who was a quarterback for those great Don Sharp Woodham teams back in '85, I want to say. I think maybe the last quarterback of the last offensive foul. We're going the other way. Taking the charge, there he is, was Amari Dickens.
Right on cue. See Braden Justice barreling in right there. Great job. Great job by Dickens. Way to set it.
Yeah, so we've got, Catholic's got some connections to the Woodham days here. Yeah, Vince Dickens was a backup quarterback on a state championship team in '84 as Quevedo misses the 3. And then quarterbacked him a year later when they reached the state championship game. And Gully commits the foul, I believe. It'll be Gully.
I think it was Sutton.
Nope, no, it was
okay.
No, it was Gould, Darian Gould.
I thought he was going to call Sutton. That's why I was confused at the foul. But there you go, right there with Gould.
Okay, so Fairley goes to the line, 62% on the year. Off the back iron. Back iron never gives you one.
It's not a game for free throws.
No. Started off all right.
Yeah. No will check back in. along with Terrius Mason.
Mason, who had a big first half, really got Catholic going inside. He was unstoppable. And No pulls down the board. Here comes Catholic. It's still tied at 40. Seems like a long time ago this game was tied. Quevedo. Nice dish inside to Mason.
Oh, Mason. 12 tonight.
Good move along the baseline. Full timeout. We will take it with him. 2-point Catholic lead on Hill Kelly High School.
You're watching Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram High School Hoops.
It is 42-40. Catholic leading by 2 here with just under 5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter of what has been a terrifically competitive game. Perez up off the West Florida bench. He will check in next dead ball. Justice is quieted down a little bit. Dickens hounding him, and he banks it in. Nice shot by Justice.
Justice got 19.
Quevedo for 3. That's off the mark. They do not have the three-pointers falling tonight, the Crusaders. They're a 32% three-point shooting team on the year. It hadn't been there tonight for the most part. 42-42 tie. Korick comes out as Perez is in. So you have Perez, inbounds play. This time they don't get a layup off it, which is a bit of a defensive victory for Catholic because West Florida's been terrific on inbound plays. Boy, there's a lot of pounding out there, and man, taking a beating, but hanging onto the ball was likely. Now it's Justice working on Dickens. Throws it off with Perez, hands out of bounds. Good pass by Justice, but Perez couldn't hang on to it. Gully's back into the ball game as Weathers comes out, so one sophomore for another. Another substitution. Nope, not yet. They tried to buzz him in, but the officials wouldn't beckon him in. And coming in next dead ball will be Jacoby Fairley for West Florida. Down low to Mason, working on Perez. Instead, he kicks it back out. And reaching in and a holding foul on Murphy, Micah Murphy for West Florida. No shot attempt, so the Crusaders will inbound it. Okay, now Fairley comes in, and Murphy comes out after picking up that foul. And Sutton back into the ball game, replacing No for Catholic.
You knew it was a matter of time.
Yeah, you got Mason, who's been effective, Sutton, who's been effective in the second half. Inbound to Dickens, so you have Dickens was the man for Catholic the last 2 years, their point guard, and as the depth of talent has increased, his role has diminished a little bit, but at crunch time, he's in there. Quevedo, nice crossover, but Justice recovered. Gully, he gets a pushing foul. Boy, Gully thought they were going to get traveling, but instead it's a foul on Likely. Wow. Inbound to Sutton. Dickens, Quevedo. Boy, he's all day to shoot that one.
Just can't get it going.
Nope. Great rebound by Justice. And now he'll bring it out of the backcourt himself. Bumped by Mason, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2, I assume. Mason called for the foul. 2 shots for Justice. Looking for his 20th point. Gets 1 out of 2 and gives the Jaguars the 1-point lead with 3:17 to play. Gully tries to split the defense, but didn't take the ball with him. Now Quevedo, that's going to be a foul on Justice as he elbowed or kind of shouldered Quevedo off the ball.
It's number 3 on Justice. 3 minutes left.
Justice looks reasonably exhausted. And it's been a physically taxing game, a physical game. Quevedo goes to the free throw line, 79% on the year. If you're Catholic, he or Sutton, that's who you want to see on the line.
Justice has almost half his team's points tonight, so rightfully so.
Offensive rebound. Battling inside, then losing it, and a foul in the backcourt by Dickens. Boy, Mason had it and tried to make the move against the double team. Dickens commits the foul. 3:04 to play of a tie game. Boy, Dickens really banging on Johnson coming up the floor. There's Perez inbound, blocked by Sutton. And a breakaway at the other end for Gully.
Gully's got 12. One bigger so far than that bucket right there.
And after the block by Sutton, huge play defensively. Well, the really good ones, even if they have an off night offensively, find a way to help. And there's an offside rebound by Solomon Sutton, who after a really slow first half is kind of establishing himself as the man who's leading the Crusaders here in this very tightly contested fourth quarter. Corner, that's Dickens. Long rebound, chased down by Johnson for West Florida. Chance to tie with a bucket. And a timeout on the floor taken by West Florida. 2:03 to play. And a great ball game. Remember Catholic's 8-point lead early in the game?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember it either. It was
our next game?
Yeah, our next game is 8 days from now. Well, let's take a look at the rest of the schedule. There you go. We're going to be at Central. Baker is really off to a terrific start. They had a few down years, but they're terrific this year. Central's been battling some significant injuries about the last month or so. It's really kind of harpooned their season a bit, but we're delighted to go back to Central. It's Hoosiers night next Thursday, a week from tomorrow. The Baker at Central. Then the girls will take center stage on the 24th. The next night, Washington at Niceville. And we will wrap up our Hill Kelly High School hoop schedule the following Friday, January 31st. Look at that one. Milton at Gulf Breeze.
That's going to be a fun one.
Oh, that'll be beautiful. Gulf Breeze suffered a loss last night at Crestview. Crestview beat them for the second time this year. By the way, that Milton Gulf Breeze game on the 31st is after the deadline closing official district play. So even though they're district rivals, that will not count for the district.
Just fun, huh?
And for rankings.
Lace them up and let's get going.
Yeah, well, it'll be a lot of fun. Gulf Breeze took a last-minute win at Milton in the first meeting in December.
Yeah, you talk about rankings, boy, how impact that's going to have.
Yeah, well, it'll be huge. Yeah,
teams.
Whoever comes out of that one with a win, that's a huge, huge win, and, which will certainly bolster their at-large seeding if they need it. That's a nice move inside by Johnson. Can't get it to go. Rebound pulled down by Mason, pulling it away from Perez. And Perez has done some good work on the offensive board. So 2-point Catholic lead, 1:45 to play. Gully, Johnson on him. Sutton with Justice on him. Sutton gets it off to Mason. Dickens thought about the three. That's not what you want. Knocked loose by Justice. Justice with the steal. And a foul called before the shot. Before the shot on Dickens. But Braden Justice will go to the line. And with the bonus in effect, the two shots. Spins that one in. Now a chance to tie it with 1:22 to go. 21 points for Justice now.
That's 22.
22, and we're all tied. 7th tie of this game. Justice guarding Gully. Gully shut off by Perez, finds Sutton. Sutton had the 3 if he wanted it. He didn't take it, gets it to Quevedo. Looking down low to Mason. Mason's there working on Perez. And has a knock loose by Likely. Couldn't control it. Sutton's inside, and they call a double dribble on Sutton, so he turns it over. Or was that Gully? I think it was Sutton.
Yeah, it was Sutton.
Sutton, yeah.
Ball's banging around. Sutton grabs it right there.
I thought he picked up a loose ball and went with it. So anyway, gets a double dribble call. 55 seconds to go, tie game. West Florida gets the possession. It's a full timeout here. Well, we're 3 for 3, a good game so far, Jeff. And I tell you, this has really turned into a beauty. Philip Childers, 3rd year at West Florida. Took over a program that had really struggled mightily most years, and has tried to build this thing back. 33-36 record. First season they were 11-15, then 15-11 last year. Lost 7 seniors off that team, and so with 2 holdovers coming back, 2 good ones to be sure, but a lot of players coming up. He's molding this team. There's Michael Dimmick in his 3rd year at Catholic. He had been an assistant to Joey Murdoch at Tate. He played basketball at Pensacola Christian Academy and at Woodham briefly, and he went back to PCA. Played for Pensacola Christian College 4 years. Then was an assistant coach for Joey Murdoch at Tate. Longtime assistant at PSC for Pete Penna. Of course, coached Catholic as well. So connected to Catholic. It's, the way all these things are interwoven and the connections.
But Michael Dimmick, little spider web, huh?
Yeah, it really is. But Michael Dimmick doing a heck of a job returning Catholic to some pride.
You coached Reggie Evans?
Yeah, correct? When he was 11 years old in the Salvation Army League.
So you really got him going.
Yeah, well,
the future was.
I was such a good coach. I had one of the future NBA really good rebounding specialists. I had him playing guard.
That's great.
Well, no,
he had to learn the position, though.
No, what it was when they were 11 years old, if you didn't start with the ball, you never saw the ball. So I had him bring it up once in a while. 40 in the final minute. Here we go, tie ball game. And now see if West Florida can hold for a shot. But holding the ball for any length of time has been a real challenge. So I think you take the first good shot. Oh, ball deflected, I thought, by Sutton. Yeah, and Dickens almost came up with a loose ball. Sutton overplaying on the wing. And now unlikely. Boy, he's really physical out away from the basket. You don't want to foul that guy. 19 seconds to go. Ball's in Johnson's hand. Dickens on him. Johnson down the lane, stripped. And here comes Mason. His outlet pass is deflected by Fairley and then stolen. Ripped away by Quevedo and deflected out of bounds with 5 seconds to go. Wow!
Oh my goodness.
Ripped away by Quevedo. And then his pass, which, there you go. That's going to be a layup for Dickens. Well, there was some defensive pressure there, but 5.4 seconds to go. Catholic will have the ball. What effort at both defensive ends of the floor.
And here's the thing, Catholic on the inbound has not had much success. The good side of this, they're on the side of the court.
Yeah.
When they've been under the basket, they have had 0 tonight. But let's see what Coach can draw up right here for these guys with 5 seconds left. Holy cow.
Throw it to someone in a black jersey, first of all. But, boy, West Florida defensively, they've been so good reading passing lanes. And we've seen so many deflections on both teams. And it's in that series right there, which Mason came up with a steal.
Yeah.
And then there you see Quevedo just knocking the ball loose from Likely. And then recovering his Justice. Yep. Well, that's something.
Wow.
What effort by both teams.
You got to think right now, if you're West Florida, you got to make sure Sutton doesn't get an open look. But at the same time, do not leave Mason one-on-one. It's tough down low. He's had a great night tonight. But I got him for 12, excuse me.
I've got, 12 for Mason and 12 for Gully. Most of that in the first half for both of them. The one who's been hot, the one who's done the scoring in the second half. There hadn't been a lot of scoring. 14 points in the second half for Catholic.
Remember, both teams are in the bonus here, so if you're Catholic, you don't have to settle for a 3 or anything like that. Maybe you can get down low and get fouled.
Gully, the sophomore, will inbound it under pressure from the senior, Braden Justice. Gully, the screen, looking, and finally gets it out to Dickens. They got to go in a hurry. Dickens, that's blocked by Likely. Quevedo for the win.
Holy cow.
Oh.
I thought that shot had no chance, and then I watched it, and I was like, oh, man, here we go. Holy cow. We're not done yet.
No, and good thing, too.
Boy, this is fun.
Well, overtime.
Check out this replay. Dickens got to go. He tries to shoot. What a block by Likely. Quevedo just picks it up, throws it up for a prayer.
Wow. All right. Yes.
Boy.
I can't think of the last. Well, I think the last overtime game we had might have been Gulf Breeze at Choctaw a few years ago, maybe 3 years ago.
Or was it Gulf Breeze at Pine Forest? How long ago was that? At Gulf Breeze?
I don't know. I've retired.
Yeah, I think that was actually, that was a while ago. I'm starting to remember these old games now.
So we're going to go to overtime.
Let's do it. Why not?
Man, well, Catholic did have that early 8-point lead. When was that? That was at
It was yesterday.
Yeah, it feels like 21-13. Early, 5:30 to go in the second quarter. It was 21-13. Remember that the next 4 baskets that West Florida scored were 3-pointers. They hit three threes in a row actually, to take a 22-21 lead at that point, and then back and forth we've gone. So these two teams tied once again. This is the 7th tie of the game. We have had 8 lead changes. So the crowd is excited. They're just exhausted. And you know, you come into a game. We had this last time out. You know, Pine Forest and Washington. The Pine Forest had so much upheaval in their roster. You know, they had a couple of players leave the team early in the year. Another one left a couple of days before the game we had them, and 2 injuries to 2 of their top 3 scorers, and they weren't sure. You know, that, hey, I hope we can stay on the floor with Washington, and they were tied with 3.5 minutes to go.
Called a couple JV guys up that played great for them.
And West Florida battling injuries much of this year, although we have seen Jack Korek on the floor a bit tonight, but he's not himself. He's not healthy yet, but they're bouncing back from not only from some tough injuries, tough loss last night to Escambia. But boy, they've been terrific tonight. It's been quite a battle. So it'll be Sutton jumping against Likely. Sutton jumping for Catholic against Likely. 4 minutes on the scoreboard, and we're ready to go for overtime here. And Sutton wins that easily, tapping it back to Dickens. Quevedo, Dickens, Gully in the lineup. Down low they go to, is that Mason? Got it to Gully. Lay it up and in.
Gully.
His 14th point, is that?
It is. See Dickens playing tough defense right there.
Back out to Johnson. Johnson, Justice, Perez, and down the lane Fairley. Kicks it out to Likely for 3. Perez lays it up and in.
Perez left all alone down there.
Boy, he's done great work defensively inside, because even for all the success that Mason's had down low, he's had to work against Perez. Perez grabbed those offensive rebounds early and did one there.
Oh, wow.
Good defensive effort by Perez. Out of bounds off Catholic. It goes to West Florida. Boy, Perez, what a presence. Here's a guy who came up just a couple of weeks ago because Jack Korek was hurt. So he came up from JVs and really a factor tonight. He's been a factor since he's come up as a junior and joined the varsity. So West Florida with a chance to take the lead. And there's going to be a foul in the backcourt. Just too much. They're letting things go a little bit tonight, a lot, and Dickens just too much.
That's 4 on Dickens.
And that could be a factor. I think he knows it too. He just nodded toward the bench. I think they told him that's 4. So Caleb Johnson at the free throw line, and what you don't like is the point guard shooting 45% from the line on the year, but it's crunch time. It's when what you shoot. What do you shoot now? Nicely done.
Aiden Murphy will check in for Dickin.
Defense as well, Murphy, as well as his experience. Of course, he was, he gave up his starting position to Gully when Gully started to really develop. And did so willingly. He said, hey, coach, whatever's good for the team. We've had a lot of losing around here in the last couple of years, and I kind of like winning, so we do whatever we need to do to win. And that's Aiden Murphy. Sutton, challenged by Likely. Tied up inside. That's going to be Gould and Perez. And there's some jawing back and forth, and tempers are flaring, so alternate possession will go to the Jags. And boy, the cooler heads, Justice is over there taking his junior, Perez, saying, come on, just channel it.
There you go. As if we needed more drama.
So the Jags with a 2-point lead, 2.5 minutes to go, and the ball. Quibido defending against Fairley. Good pressure, it got to Likely. Oh, he had a backdoor cut. Fairley just beside himself. Really wanted to get the ball back. Back out to Justice. Sutton up tight on Likely. Good defensive pressure, man-to-man. Likely spinning away from Sutton. That pass deflected. Couldn't keep it in bounds. Gould got the hand on it, but couldn't come up with a steal. 2 minutes even. 2 points. West Florida lead. Now Justice with Murphy on him. Backs it up. 2-point lead. If West Florida can hang on to the ball, and that's been a hard order for either team tonight for an extended period. Fairley gets it back to Justice. Round 1.5.
We go.
There's a hand check by Gully. Here goes that pressure defense. Quibido is tight on Caleb Johnson. Johnson spins away, but then he'll just get it back out. So West Florida's going to hang on to it as long as they can with a 2-point lead, getting towards the 1 minute mark and reaching out finally is Gully grabbing Justice. So Justice goes back to the free throw line.
Not the guy you want to see there if you're a Crusader fan.
He's hit 3 of his last 4. 3 out of 5 here in the second half, which is far below his average. And when a good free throw shooter goes to the line a lot, even if he did struggle by his standards early, he usually finds the way. So a 3-point lead, big free throw here, 2 possessions if you can make this one with 1:08 to go.
He can.
Never a doubt.
Silky smooth. All right, Catlett's got to get it going now.
So 24 points now for number 24. And a foul called with 1:02 to play.
That'll be on Perez.
Cosme Perez. They just call him Cos. Down low to Mason. Don't reach in. Actually, it was.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah, that could easily have been Justice. Yeah. Gould, 7 for 30 from the free throw line this year. He is not a good free throw shooter.
So you're saying that's a good foul on West Florida's part?
Well, it's a good man to foul at this point in time.
So Mason check back in. There we go.
I tell you what, that didn't look like a. That didn't really look like a 23% shooter. The release looked better than that. 1:02 to play, and Mason comes out into the lineup. 30-second timeout into the lineup. Mason comes in rather, and Gould comes out. So 1:02 to play, 3-point game, and again we saw that West Florida was able to control the ball and kill about a minute and a half, almost a minute and a half of the clock in their last possession before finally getting Justice to the free throw line.
What do you do if you're Catholic? Do you try to go in and foul early, or
Well,
do you let it play out, see if you can get a quick steal? If you can't get it, go foul. How do you play this out?
It depends. You know, I mean, there are lots of people you can foul. I mean, we just saw Caleb Johnson hit a couple of free throws, but he's 45% on the year. Let's see who's in there. First of all, I think Murphy might be in. He's 55%. Remember, they're a 61% free throw shooting team, but they're only 51 if you don't count Justice. So don't foul Justice.
Yeah.
You might send somebody to the line.
Got a chance.
Yeah. Fairley is 62%, and he seems to have that competitive toughness. Of course, West Florida's made their last 7 free throws. So Fairley's in there along with Johnson.
Oh, you gotta go get him.
Likely.
Uh-oh.
They're going, and there's Likely. Has the ball stripped loose, out of bounds. It'll stay with West Florida. Boy, Murphy got a hand on it, thought it had gone off of the driver, Likely. And from here, it looked like it did. Let's take a look. We might get another look at this.
Watch Likely right here.
Oh, yeah.
Right in the base.
Well, that might be one they gave the ball to West Florida so you don't call the foul, you know, after the play. So.
Yeah, the defensive lineman just made the tackle right there.
Yeah. Crusaders trying to win their 4th in a row. And, you know, again, important game for them. We talked about this earlier with, you know, they're standing 9th right now. They're the 9th ranked team in the region in Class 3A. So, you know, they're not guaranteed an at-large spot if they don't win the district tournament. And that district with South Walton and Walton,
it's tough.
It's going to be a tough tournament. You know, so I mean, they can. They're obviously certainly capable of coming out of there with it. But if you don't want to put yourself in this position of you know, needing an at-large spot.
You got one way in. You don't want it to be that way.
With West Florida, no doubt about it. No matter what happens, they're going to have to win their district. Wow.
All right.
So a banged-up West Florida team battling some injuries, just starting to get healthy and coming off a tough loss last night to Escambia, trying to get a really big win for them.
Got 53 seconds.
West Florida's beaten Navarre, Pace, the PHS, St. Paul's, Harrison Central. They did beat Pine Forest, so they have some big wins. This would be right up there. All right, 49 seconds. That's Fairley. Quevedo on him. There's Justice. See how long he tries to hang on to it. Not long. Johnson, Caleb Johnson, poked away. Foul called on Gully. Gully, that's part of his game. He's been able to do that this year. It's one of the things that Michael Dimmick talked to me about is that he's so long that he'll make that little poke check and knock the ball loose.
You see it right
Ooh,
there.
yeah, he thought
yeah. That's tough.
So go to the line. Shooting 2 is Caleb Johnson. He just hit 2 free throws a couple of minutes ago. That looks good.
How about that? Huge.
53-48, now a 5-point West Florida lead. Gully throws it up at him, but I think he was fouled before the shot. Wow.
Boy, what a turnaround that would have been.
No kidding, no basket. And the foul is called unfairly. And it's the right call for sure. NBA that counts, but you don't get that continuation at this level.
Oh, hurts even more. And this is what coaches preach about free throws and what they mean. My goodness, Catholic. Need some big free throws right here, keep themselves in the ball game.
They're 8 for 17 from the line tonight. Another timeout, 53-49 with 32 seconds to go, 32 and a half. Well, let's see. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 straight free throws made by West Florida going back to the fourth quarter.
So that's good.
They are 10 for 15 in the second half and 12 for 18 in the game. Whereas Catholic is, 8 for 17? 9 for 18.
9 for 18.
So there you go. West Florida is 12 for 18. Catholic's 9 for 18. And it's a 4-point game.
All right.
Well, now with 32 seconds to go, I don't think you don't wait as long for Catholic. You might try to get that poke check again. I mean, Gully thought he had the steal. He could have gone either way. Could have been no whistle, whatever. But they're falling a little tighter down the stretch, I think.
Yeah, early on they let him play. Now they're getting a little more picky.
Yep. So Perez guarded by Mason in the backcourt. It's Gully on Justice. They get it in bounds and tying up. That's an alternate possession. Catholic gets it. Tying, or check, that's going to be West Florida's ball in the alternate. I think that's Catholic. Well, there's going to be a conference. I thought it was Catholic's ball at this point. Catholic won the tip. That's what West Florida's calling. But the question is whether West Florida's going to get the ball. The question is whether has there been a held ball in overtime?
I don't think so.
Okay, then it is West Florida's ball. 30 seconds to go now. Still a 4-point game, still West Florida's ball. Long ball's deflected, but still got to Johnson. And that, no foul called there. Now they'll get the foul on Dickens. He's fouled out.
Wonder why he waited to call a foul, because Gully got it.
Boy, Gully really clobbered him. 22.6.
Interesting. Well, I tell you what, Dickens, he may have fouled out, but that young man played a heck of a game tonight.
He sure did. Well, it's a lot of folks have.
He comes out of the gate, no points tonight. But my goodness, the effect he had on defense and everything was fantastic. They needed it big time.
So Fairley goes to the line with 22.6 seconds to go. 62% on the year. But we've seen this throughout the fourth quarter and into overtime. Jag stepping to the line and calmly hitting it. And now with a 5-point lead, chance to make it 6.
He does.
That's their biggest lead of the night, 6 points. As the Jags come to the bench, you hear people yelling, it's not over. So, with that 22.6, and it's a 2-possession game. Again, we've seen Catholic, if they can get a 3, we've seen them create a lot of, come up with a lot of pressure in the backcourt, come close to knocking the ball loose. So
you get a tie up right here. And
yeah,
hit the ball back.
Well, we hope you're enjoying high school hoops here. Hill Kelly High School hoops here. WFGX, the crew bringing you the game tonight. And Philip Childers, his group, done a nice job. He has done a nice job getting them to kind of bounce back from they only scored 39 last night against Escambia in the loss. Game was tied going into the fourth quarter, and the Gators won that one going down the stretch in the fourth quarter. Tonight, this one was Catholic held the lead, not a big lead. And once West Florida made that run to get back into it in the second quarter, it's been a close game, the battle throughout, but Catholic holding a bit of an advantage most of the night until the stretch. And whereas the Jags came up short in the fourth quarter stretch last night.
And Catholic's got a game against St. Michael Catholic over in Fairhope. I believe that's at home.
That is at home. That's at Catholic tomorrow night at the Hut.
Back-to-backs is tough, especially with West Florida losing last night, and way to bounce back tonight. Game's not over, but
Tucker Adams is in the ball game now for Catholic, replacing the fouled out Dickens. Three-pointer for Sutton. That's off the mark, and kind of night it's been for him. And is it not fitting that the rebound is chased down by Braden Justice?
the Braden Justice.
And he's gotten fouled. He's going to the, or no, he's ball knocked out of bounds. 9.9 seconds to go. West Florida will inbound it with a 6-point lead. They get it in bounds. Catholic commits the foul on Caleb Johnson.
A couple free throws, and you can go ahead and put a bow on this one.
You bet. So West Florida will move to 8-10 on the year, and 3-5 at home. Catholic falls to 12-5, and it snaps their 3-game winning streak. Catholic is back home tomorrow against St. Michael Catholic. And West Florida travels to Fort Walton Beach on Saturday. Actually, a game Saturday at Fort Walton Beach. I'm going over there to Marcus Broadnax, the great Viking from back in the mid-'80s. Played, graduated, I think, from in 1986. Signed with Lou Carnesecca at St. John's. The Vikings are retiring his number tomorrow, so I'm going to go over there and see that.
Finally got him one. A three by the young man.
But it's a whimper of protest at this point. A big win for West Florida on Alumni Night. The Jaguars come away with a 56-52 win. 24 points for Braden Justice, our player of the game. And they made all the free throws that matter down the stretch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 in a row they hit down the stretch. And the Jaguars come up with a win they really needed. Hope you enjoyed it in overtime. It's West Florida Tech. We'll be back to wrap it up and present a trophy to the winners on the post-game show coming right up.
You're watching Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram High School Hoops.
Well, we're back at West Florida Tech Alumni Night, and the alumni certainly had a good time tonight. In fact, we played extra basketball, overtime, and a thriller, and West Florida gets a big win over the Catholic Crusaders, 56-52 in overtime. Philip Childers, third year at West Florida, building a program here, and a win like this, you had the win over Pine Forest, so you've had some big wins along the way, but a team like Catholic, who's kind of in the same situation you are, building a program, what does this kind of win mean in the process?
It means a whole lot. We've had great wins. We talked about facing adversity when you're down in the game, and we've been down before, and we faced adversity tonight, and we talked about just fighting through it, and they came through tonight. This is the best team win I've seen, and building a program is Rome wasn't built in a year or built in a day. We just keep building blocks, and each of these guys contribute somehow, some way, and we're just building a program stronger and stronger every year.
Last night, you're tied going into the fourth quarter with Escambia. You don't win that one. Tonight, you're battling. You're close. You had to come back early, but you're battling, and into the fourth quarter and in overtime, you had to make the plays. We had you making 12 straight free throws down the stretch, which obviously is huge. But, is there something you take out of last night's game and say, hey, we're in the same situation, let's change a few things?
Well, two big things with me as a coach is turnovers and free throws. And we start out the season with way too many turnovers. We're getting them down. We're shooting about 60-65% as a team. We run a lot, shoot a lot of free throws. And tonight we kept reminding, hey, this is why you run all those down and backs, all those suicides. Hit your free throws. And they came through tonight. They knew they were going to. I knew they were going to. We trusted each other 100% because they know hard work pays off. And it did tonight.
Where do you go now from here? Obviously, you're in a situation where you're going to have to win a district tournament in order to make the postseason after that. But as you prepare for that and for that challenge, what do you still want to see out of your team in the next few weeks?
Well, as a coach, it's a chess match. I got to think 2 or 3 games ahead. But come Saturday, we got Fort Walton. And they came to here, and we're ready to go back to them. Obviously, they're the number 1 team in the district. We want to go after the number 1 team. Okay, so right now I know we're the underdog. And we can do it. We just got to maintain composure and go down there as a team. We'll get Fort Walton, and we'll come back. We'll just take one game at a time. For these guys, it's one game at a time. So between now and Saturday, it's just watching film, going back and watching this, what we do right, wrong, watch a little bit of Fort Walton, and go down there with a game plan. Just take one game at a time. These guys just prepare for Fort Walton. I got to prepare for 2 or 3 more ahead. Okay, but we're good. We're good.
Well, you got our choice. We had lots of choices for player of the game, but Braden Justice comes up with 24 for number 24. Big plays down the stretch. So our Closets by Design player of the game, one of the seniors back from last year. So new team, and you know, you're in kind of a different role as a senior on the team with a lot of new guys coming up. So how did you accept that role this year?
You know, leadership's just been a big thing for me. You know, I got a group of guys that believe in me, you know, support me every single day. So they put me in the position I am just to make me better every single day. And, you know, they back me up, and we got the win together.
Really physical game tonight, and all the way through. So somebody had to be exhausted. I think it was all of you. But how did you kind of find what it took to prevail at the end of a game like this?
Preparation, you know. We prepare for these moments every single day. In practice, we running down and back, suicide, like Coach said, you know, and then stretch, we hit those clutch free throws to, you know, ultimately win the game. So, you know, we practice these things, and it translated to this game.
From your perspective, how have you seen this team develop over the year? You know, you've had some big wins and some losses that might have mystified us early, but you've strung together some pretty big wins here lately. So, you know, how's this team developed from your perspective?
You know, it was a shaky start, but, you know, we believed in each other and in the system and the coaches, and, you know, we all just came together, you know. Our chemistry wasn't there, but, you know, we honed down on our mistakes, and we just came together as one, and here we are winning this game. So,
well, congratulations. Great performance by you. Great performance by all of you. Congratulations on being our Closets by Design player of the game, and congratulations to the Jaguars for the win. We have a trophy for you as well, Coach. You can put that in a place of prominence in the basketball office. Congratulations to the West Florida Tech Jaguars.
They did the work. I'm going to hand it off to them. Don't drop it.
And for all of us here at Hill Kelly High School Hoops, Dan Shugart saying so long from West Florida Tech. We will leave you with our plays of the game, brought to you by Sleep Center. Again, we'll be back with you in 8 days as Baker takes on Central from Central High School. That's our next broadcast on Hill Kelly High School Hoops. For Jeff Price, for Daniel Hemme, our producer, Jack Canavan, our director, and all the crew who bring you these games on Hill Kelly High School Hoops, Dan Shugart saying so long from West Florida Tech. Once again, the final score, West Florida in overtime, 56, Catholic 52. Good night, everyone.
You know that I'm gonna rise above, I'm showing. The one that I was put here to do the things that you know it's me.